Welcome to the Microsoft Power BI Showcase brought to you by the Hitachi Consulting IM Group Business Intelligence team. In our showcase today we'll focus on London's Skyline, explore London's iconic buildings, see the timeline of London's tallest buildings, discover which of these icons cost the most to build and which has given the biggest investment return, and then finally visualize which districts contain the tallest buildings. In our first visualization, we look at the tallest buildings in London at any given point of time, starting all the way with the Norman Conquest, excluding, of course, the transmitter masts. And this starts off with the Tower of London's White Tower, built nearly about 1,000 years ago, and goes all the way through to the Shard, the latest and the current tallest. The relative size of the circles indicates the height increase from the previous highest building. And one point of note is that the old St. Paul's Cathedral was the tallest building in the city for some 350 years, longer than any other. In our next visualization, we look at the financial information across all these buildings. It shows us the costs and the rewards of building these iconic structures. For the ease of comparison, the original construction costs, where they were available, have been converted to today's prices. The various bars, slices, and charts can be clicked on to filter the page contextually according to location, primary use, types of buildings, financial measures, etc. And most of these visualizations can also be sorted across the different types of measures that we'd like to look at. So, for instance, I can click on, let's say, office buildings here, and the entire dashboard on the screen changes to show us information relating to just office buildings. On the same lines, I can actually click on one of these visualizations and change the sort to sorted by, let's say, the equivalent value in 2016 and so on. In our final chart, we look at the buildings ordered by height, with, of course, the ability to filter the information by different locations. So the map on the right-hand side of the screen is showing the exact location of these buildings, and on the left, we can actually filter each of these by clicking on the specific regions that I'm interested in. So by clicking on the Isle of Dogs, for instance, I'm now looking at the primarily the Canary Wharf area and some of the tallest buildings, as we all know, in that area, including One Canada Square, the HSBC building, and the Citibank Centre. By clicking on Westminster, for instance, we then take away our analysis from that area, and we're focusing on the tallest buildings in the Westminster area. This presentation was brought to you by Hitachi Consulting and IM Group's Business Intelligence team. If you have any questions, do drop us an email to marketing@imgroup.com. Thank you for joining us today.